Well, a major win for rural schools across the country and here in the Idaho at our nation's capital. Congress has just passed legislation that reauthorizes the Secure Rural Schools program, which expired at the end of the fiscal year 2023. The program compensates county governments that can't collect property taxes on federally owned forest land within their boundaries. The issue dates back more than 100 years. And since 1908, federal law has required the U.S. Forest Service to share 25% of revenue generated on federal lands with local governments for public schools and public roads. And the county has all kinds of things that they work through with their partners at the federal government. And for decades, timber sales provided substantial revenue for these jurisdictions. However, as those revenues have declined in more recent years, rural counties have faced unexpected fiscal challenges. Idaho was among the hardest hit states. So Idaho Senator Mike Crapo, he led the charge on the change, a major bipartisan push. A major win for rural Idahoans. The Secure Rural Schools Authorization Act is headed to the president's desk for his signature.
What it does is require the federal government to pay a fee to counties because the counties that have very significant federal property in them, like forests or grasslands, the federal government does not allow property taxes to be assessed on it.
Idaho Senator Mike Crapo is a lead voice on the act. Following the program's expiration in 2023, rural communities experienced school closures, delayed road and bridge maintenance, and reduced public safety services. In fiscal year 2023, the SRS program provided $281 million to more than 700 counties across the country. Those counties faced a 63% cut, a $177 million loss nationwide.
I think about 28 or 30 counties in Idaho or more receive this support, and they badly need it.
Idaho is amongst the hardest hit states. In fiscal year 2023, $22.8 million was distributed across rural Idaho counties to pay for educational programs, emergency response systems, and other services. When the program lapsed, county payments reverted to the 1908 timber sharing law, representing approximately an 80% cut for some counties.
In most of Idaho's counties have fallen far behind on a lot of their upkeep, the salaries they can pay their teachers, and all of the other kinds of operations that need to be undertaken by the county to provide education to its children. And I can't tell you how many people from rural Idaho have been begging us to get this program reauthorized. And I should have indicated that not only did we reauthorize it, but we made the back payments. So the payments that they did not get in 2024, the payments they did not get in 2025 are going to be made. These counties are going to be able to catch up now on a lot of the critical functions that they need to provide to their citizens.
For decades, timber sales provided substantial revenue for rural jurisdictions. However, as those revenues declined, rural counties faced unexpected fiscal challenges. Congress responded in the year 2000 by enacting the Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act, giving counties the option to receive SRS payments to support road maintenance, infrastructure, education, wildfire mitigation, and public safety. The program has been consistently reauthorized with bipartisan support, although under technically different names, until it did expire in 2023. Now the work continues. And how long is this reauthorization for?
Well, that's a good point. I'm glad you asked. Unfortunately, we were only able to get the reauthorization through 2026. So I am already engaged in another piece of legislation to get the program reauthorized on a permanent basis. Because what's happened is because we have to offset it, we have to find revenue in the Treasury to pay for this. It's only been extended for a year or two at a time as Congress fights over the spending side of it. And we need to address that spending side, yes, but we need to do it on a permanent basis so we make some permanent fixes in our codes that allow us to generate the revenue to pay our bills to these local counties.
And as you heard the senator allude to, the legislation provides retroactive payments for fiscal years 24 and 25. And Senator Crapo tells me the belief is that after the president signs this in the next few days, those funds should be pretty quickly available to Idaho schools in need.